And welcome back into the Bettor Half Hour. All right, this is my favorite segment when we bring you a specialist, a veteran in the game. You've seen them all over MSG Networks. We call ourselves the AA Batteries. Alex Glaze in the building. Alex, great to be with you, my friend. How are we?
What's going on, dude? Thanks for having me on.
Of course. All right, before we talk NFL, I want to talk a little NBA. Fresh off a dominant Warriors victory in Brooklyn, lowest points KD's put up all season. Let's talk a little Curry. Let's talk a little Warriors to win the West. Are we too early to jump on them as the favorites here? Vegas has them second behind the Lakers still.
I don't know if it's early, but that bandwagon certainly is filling up. I mean, God, Steph Curry was getting MVP chance in KD's house last night. I mean, it was nuts. I mean, Curry's obviously the best shooter on the planet. The Warriors, the best team in the league, I think, by far right now. They're playing without Klay Thompson, without James Wiseman. I mean, really what they're doing is incredible right now. It's crazy to me that the Lakers are still the favorite right now. So, I mean, I'm buying on the Warriors right now, and I think a lot of people are. So if you're going to buy in on them, I think now would be the good time, because I don't see that number getting any shorter.
I hear you. Great time to nibble. Best record in the NBA as well. Okay, another team off to a hot start, Alex. The Chicago Bulls. Only team ahead of them is the Washington Wizards. I don't know if I'm getting punked and Ashton Kutcher should be popping out, but that team in Chicago is off to the hottest start since 2015. Are you buying into them at all in Chi-Town?
I am. I mean, it's funny because, you're asking me, are the Bulls the surprise team? I think they're a surprise team right now. And DeMar DeRozan's exactly what the doctor ordered for Zach LaVine and that Bulls team. I mean, Lonzo Ball's also playing really well for them. Definitely missing Vucevic right now. But for me, the surprise team, you mentioned them, is the Washington Wizards. The Wizards, they've looked really great so far this season, 10-3, best record in the East. And just think of all those pieces they got when they traded away Russell Westbrook. And they've turned, I mean, just a holiday kind of metaphor here. You think of like the land of misfit toys. That's the Washington Wizards right now. I mean, they just put together a bunch of guys, and they're playing really well.
Without question. Okay, let's shift to the NFL now. This is an interesting year, especially for quarterbacks. Right now, is it anyone's NFL MVP? And if you have someone you're leaning, do you think they can go the Seabiscuit distance and carry it over the second half of the season?
Sure. So I think I have two answers right now. I think for me, the favorite is Tom Brady. I mean, what he's doing is just incredible. He's about to eclipse 3,000 passing yards and 30 touchdowns in his first 10 games. I mean, something that I think only Patrick Mahomes, I think Mahomes was the last person to do that during his MVP year in 2018. And if Brady can keep that up, I mean, he's going to be the MVP. But for me, I think there's a lot of value in, tough to say this coming off that loss to the Dolphins, but there's a lot of value in Lamar Jackson. If Lamar can lead the Ravens to the playoffs this year, that depleted roster, he is going to be a very serious contender. And at plus 1,200 right now, I think there's a lot of value there with him. But if you're asking me to pick a guy right now, I'd probably lean Brady.
I love it. I'm on TB12. Preseason, by the way, the ageless wonder. All right, let's talk about a couple of road players and teams. And Kyler Murray, we'll see if he goes, and Aaron Rodgers with the Packers here. Both lines set at 2.5. Packers travel to Minnesota. Cardinals travel up to the Pacific Northwest, fresh off a Seahawks goose egg offensively. Are you buying into any of these cream of the crop NFC teams and swallowing the 2.5 on the road?
The short answer is no. But to just give a little bit of insight, I mean, the Packers, they look like free money right now, right? I mean, that just looks so fishy, especially the way this year has gone. I think right now that game is a definite stay away for me because, I mean, the Packers, it's just too good to be true. It's too good to be true right now. The Seahawks are actually interesting because right now, like you said, we don't know what's going on with Kyler Murray, if he's going to be able to play. My brain is telling me, with the bye week coming up for the Cardinals, they would like to sit him and get that extra time to rest. But it's also a division game They're up in the division right now. The Seahawks kind of look a little bit dead, not completely out of it. Still a 16% chance, according to 538, to make the playoffs. So that the Seahawks are going to bring it, and they're going to, try to win this game. A division game, I don't see Kyler Murray sitting. But so for right now, until I know kind of what's going on with him, that's also probably a stay away for me. But I'm leaning taking the points with the Seahawks before that news comes out.
I like an early play there as well, Alex. All right. Let's discuss dogs here. Barking loudly since week 8, 27-16 against the spread. Underdogs have been the last few weeks. Do you think that trend continues this week? And do you have someone that's sticking out to you underdog-wise you like points-wise?
Underdogs, 87, 62, and 1 this season, covering at a 58% rate. I mean, it's incredible. We're halfway through the season, and underdogs have just been getting it done. And there's no reason that I can think of to think that that's going to change anytime soon. I think we're seeing that the talent gap in this league right now is so razor thin that the margin of difference between these great elite teams and the teams that maybe we consider second or third tier it's so small. I can't remember a time where, the league was so even. It seemed like all but maybe 3 teams are truly in it.
Without question. All right, let's get you out of here with this. On that note, any mouse traps to avoid? Do you see a large number that shouldn't be? Is there another Washington football team outright W over the Bucs a la last week this Sunday?
Listen, last week, Ravens -7.5. That was the trap game, right? This week, it is Packers -2.5. We talked about it earlier. The Vikings 4-0 against the spread as dogs this year. It's a super short number. The Packers are, in my opinion, the best team in the NFC. There's no reason this number should be this short, right? It makes absolutely no sense. So stay away. Trap. Big time trap.